He was almost a Catholic priest. He didn't know he was adopted until he was in his 30s. And despite being part of one of the most iconic rap groups in history, he nearly gave it all up to become a comic book writer. The man who helped bring hip-hop to MTV and turned Adidas into a cultural symbol has a past filled with secrets, identity crises, and battles with depression so deep. He once said music couldn't save him. But how did Darryl McDaniels, better known as DMC, go from a quiet, comic-loving kid in Queens to a global rap pioneer and then nearly vanish into silence? The truth behind the legend is far more personal and more powerful than most fans ever imagined. Born on May 31, 1964, in Harlem, New York, his story began with hardship and transformation. He was born to an unwed mother and surrendered to the New York foundling home, spending his early days in foster care before being adopted by the McDaniels family. Raised Catholic in a Hollis neighborhood of Queens alongside his older brother, Alfred McDaniels, young Darryl grew up grounded in discipline, faith, and a love for learning. He attended Rice High School and later St. John's University, but it was music that lit his path. The first time he heard Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, something in him changed. That moment inspired him to begin experimenting with DJing, and with help from his brother, he bought turntables and taught himself to mix beats, unaware that he was laying the foundation for one of the most influential acts in music history. In 1983, Darryl joined forces with Joseph "Run" Simmons to form Run DMC, a group that would transform hip-hop from a street phenomenon to a global movement. Their self-titled debut album in 1984 set the tone, but it was only the beginning. With King of Rock, 1985, Raising Hell, 1986, Tougher Than Leather, 1988, and Down with the King, 1993, they built a legacy of sound that challenged boundaries and redefined what rap could be. Their 1986 collaboration with Aerosmith on Walk This Way fused rap and rock in a bold, unforgettable way, breaking new ground for both genres and introducing hip-hop to a wider audience. But even at the height of fame, DMC faced profound personal battles. He struggled with alcoholism, and by 1997, depression and a severe vocal disorder threatened his health and identity. Despite the pain, he pushed forward. The release of Crown Royal in 2001 would be the group's final project before tragedy struck. Jam Master Jay, their close friend and DJ, was murdered in 2002. It was a devastating loss that marked the end of an era. Yet DMC refused to be defined by pain. In 2006, he launched his solo career with Chex Thugs and Rock and Roll, later following it with a 2017 EP Back from the Dead. He co-founded IME Records in 2011 and, never one to limit his creativity, stepped into the world of comic books in 2014. Through his imprint Darryl Makes Comics, he created stories that mix superhero fiction with real-life struggle and empowerment. In 2016, he released The Dark Project and continued collaborating with artists across genres, proving his creativity remains as potent as ever. Darryl McDaniels' personal life reflects the same grounding and loyalty seen in his career. In 1991, he met Zuri Alston. The two formed a deep bond and married on September 28, 1992. Their relationship has remained strong for decades. Together they have a son, Darryl Jr., affectionately known as Son. Born on July 27, 1994, DMC has spoken fondly of his son and family life, crediting them as a source of strength, stability, and joy amid the storms of fame and personal turmoil. His own experience with adoption inspired his deep commitment to helping foster children. In 2006, he co-founded the Felix Organization, a nonprofit dedicated to enriching the lives of youth in the foster care system. That same year, he was honored with the Congressional Angels in Adoption Award, recognizing not only his advocacy, but also the empathy born from lived experience. DMC's success is not confined to music. With an estimated net worth between $40 million and $50 million, he has built a financial legacy from decades of album sales, performances, publishing, and brand partnerships. His iconic relationship with Adidas helped redefine artist branding in the music industry. Today, he resides in Wayne, New Jersey, where he is believed to own property. While he remains private about his assets, reports indicate that smart real estate investments and business ventures have helped sustain and grow his wealth. Beyond material success, Darryl McDaniels continues to influence culture through public speaking, media appearances, and creative storytelling. His journey from an adopted child in Queens to a hip-hop legend and humanitarian is one of resilience, transformation, and purpose. Darryl McDaniels is more than a rap icon. He is a husband and father, a survivor who transformed his pain into power, and a tireless advocate for children and the underrepresented. His legacy is not only written in the platinum plaques and award nominations, but in the lives he has touched, through music, through advocacy, and through the quiet strength of someone who never stopped evolving. Thank you for watching.